Bitcoin just did a massive move, and if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to continue watching this video. Hey guys, Pingu Charts here. Welcome back to another Bitcoin analysis video. As always, if you do enjoy my content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys are interested in free $600 Bitcoin, make sure to check out the link in the bio. As you guys can see on Bitcoin, we have finally retested a major resistance point here at the 17.9. I mentioned that this level will be looking for a possible retest, of course, once we kept holding above these EMAs, and you can see that we did have two sort of situations that could have happened. Number one, we did have a beautiful 4-hour bar formation, and I did mention that today was going to be the day for CPI data, so we would have seen the moveset continuation. If of course the news was negative, we could have been looking for a take profit level around that $16,000 mark, but of course the news was bullish, and we do see a very strong bullish engulfing candle, but we failed to break above that 17.9 and hold above that resistance. Now before we jump ahead and say that yes, this is a perfect shorting opportunity, I do want to explain a few things. Number one, of course, is the fact that we are still holding above that 17.6. You can see that we do have a one test confirmation on that support level, so keeping a very close eye on how this level reacts is going to be very, very important. The reason why is, of course, looking at previous price analysis, you can see we actually bounce off this level multiple times trying to break above. So if we do see a second and third wick opportunity, then this would be an invalidation move, and we can be looking for a possible situation like we saw over here. Of course, if Bitcoin does break above that 17.9 and actually find it as support, we could be looking for a continuation move set, possibly all the way up to around that 19.5 and then the drop, right? We have mentioned this in previous videos, the fact that we are in a major over leveraged shorting position with a lot of these traders right now. A lot of people were looking for Bitcoin to drop below 12,000, so I was not surprised to see a nice short squeeze to these levels. Of course, we have to hold this level in order for the bullish case to continue. If we do see a drop, of course we will in terms of a pullback, because the fact that we are in overbought territory. We just have to be very careful. Looking at previous price analysis during the last move set in terms of the CPI data, you can see that we did have a very nice bullish engulfing candle, and then we had multiple retests. Ideally, what you're waiting for right now in terms of a bearish case scenario is waiting for that third confirmation. That third confirmation tends to be the highest wick and then the continuation to the downside. So if you guys are looking for a shorting opportunity here, we could be looking for another wick retest around the $18,200 level and then the move set, right? Of course, if this does continue pushing on upwards, and keep a very close eye at the 18.7 and see how that level plays out. On the hourly time frames for Bitcoin, you can see that we are bouncing above the exponential moving averages. This, of course, is a very bullish continuation pattern. We have to be very careful here in terms of volume, because of the fact that you can see we do have strong volume, as well as the fact that we are in the overbought conditions. We should be looking for a pullback, possibly back down to around that 17.4 and then the continuation. Of course, if we do see another leg up from here, then we will be looking for a perfect shorting opportunity on the hourly time frames at that 18.7, but keep a very close eye to see how these levels play out. Of course, in the overall analysis, guys, this does not mean the fact that I am looking for a bullish move set for the long term. I do still think Bitcoin will be heading back down to around that 15.5, possibly breaking, but you can see that we were in this very long consolidation zone for many days. I mentioned the fact that if we could break above that 17.9, we could easily be looking for an inverse bar formation and then the continuation to the downside, right? Like, and basically what would happen is a lot of traders would start to think that this was the bottom for Bitcoin. This is going to be the next bull run, and just like we saw over at $25,000, we saw that same move set to the downside. That's ideally what we're looking for. Again, a continuation and then the massive drop. So be sure to, of course, use proper risk management when you guys are trading, mostly on Bitcoin, because of the liquidity grabs recently and the volatility to news. We have to be very careful, and ideally, when I trade Bitcoin, like you guys have seen from my live streams, I look for positions only for shorting. I would much rather be in a short-term position for a short than a long position, right? I don't want to be in a long position because right now the trend is pretty much down, so there's absolutely no reason to be looking for that long. That's pretty much all I have for you guys today. As always, if you do enjoy my content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys are interested in free $600 Bitcoin, make sure to check out the link in the bio, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.